the first major rainstorm we've seen in several months, packing a punch overnight with heavy rains and powerful winds, toppling trees, bringing down power lines and knocking out the power for thousands of people overnight. It does not look like we are quite done with this wet weather just yet. Good morning, I'm Farah Jadrin.
And I'm Rich Merritt. I'm going to tell you what to expect as we try and clean up from all the destruction we've seen recently. We're expecting to see the team coverage down there with King 5's Lionel Donovan live in Milton. What are you seeing going on around you? We've seen a lot of heavy equipment so far this morning, Lionel.
Good morning. We absolutely are. In fact, we've been following the cleanup efforts here at this intersection in Milton all morning. And as you take a look behind me, this section of the road of 28th Avenue South has been closed off, but we've seen emergency crews working to clear a tree that was actually at a moment was actually blocking the middle of the road. But we saw the crews actually cut that tree down into smaller sections and move that off of the street to basically clear out the roadway. But the issue at this point are the power lines. One, the tree fell, the power lines came down with them, but they are still active. You can still hear some slight buzzing from the power lines. You can actually smell them as well. And crews have still sectioned off this part of the road because they don't want any drivers to accidentally go over any of the lines as well, because the lines are still on. There's still power going through, so they want to de-energize these lines before they move forward with the cleanup. Now, as you can imagine, the neighborhood behind these woods is without power, and that is a story that we're hearing across the area, especially in Pierce County. In Pierce County, we've been hearing about power outages from Tacoma and Federal Way all the way down to Spanaway, and Enumclaw and Buckley have been the most affected areas in the county. Now, Puget Sound Energy at around midnight last night actually reported that about 85,000 of their customers were without power. However, 8 hours later, around this time, they say that 56,000 of their customers are still without power. So they've done quite a bit of work in those 8 hours getting power restored back to people in the area. But if you are one of the ones that are still affected, hang tight, because Puget Sound Energy says that they are working as safely but as quickly as possible to get everybody's lights turned back on this morning. But for now, we're live in Milton. Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.
Yeah, a lot of work to be done, Lionel, but they are making a lot of progress. Thanks so much for your coverage this morning. We do want to get to those power outages for you, taking a look at the map with Western Washington's outlook from PSC. This is showing more than 57,000 people waking up without power in Snohomish County, more than 800 people without power there. That's been decreasing slightly throughout the morning. That's down roughly from 500 outages in the last hour. Let's get a quick look at the weather, and I shouldn't say quick because we've been putting you to work some double time, Rich, this morning, making sure we know what else to expect.
Well, the good news after the stormy night far is the fact that things have calmed down this morning. Winds are pretty much gone. Most places are dry to start off the day, so all the cleanup that needs to be done today, the crews are having at least decent conditions to work in, which certainly speeds up the process. Let's take a look out right now. You can see the view from our live camera there in Auburn, looking out towards Auburn High School. A quiet morning now, not seeing any motion really in the trees, so that's definitely good and helpful to the crews. You can see on the Doppler radar that most places are dry right now. We've been watching most of the shower action over the last 4 or 5 hours has been primarily down around Tacoma, Olympia, and southward, especially over southwestern Washington, out south and east of I-5. And you can see one little band kind of moving its way past Enumclaw and out into the foothills of the Cascades, and another one just approaching Olympia right now. Take a look at the view down in Olympia. In fact, see the streets are drying out and fairly bright at the moment. They're going to get wetted again. It looks like here in just about 15-20 minutes. Out of the airport, we had a pretty good backup there briefly, but that's kind of cleared out right now. It looks like the roadway, that departure deck, looking like it's had a chance to dry out a little bit. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s, so a mild morning overall. Checking our hourly forecast up there in the northwest interior, we're going to be looking for clouds this morning, maybe a couple of sun breaks, and then we'll see a chance of showers developing, possibly some thunderstorms mixed in with those showers. Highs today getting into the low to mid 60s. Farther south down towards Olympia, we're going to be looking for that shower that's kind of headed their way right now, and then we're going to be looking for that chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s. Does look like things are going to be maybe a little bit drier tomorrow, except in the convergence zone area. There might still be some thunderstorms headed away and some hope for next week for some sunshine to clean up. We'll have those details in just a couple minutes. Farah?
Rich, thank you. Some new viewer photos this morning showing just how strong the winds were in Mount Vernon overnight. Diana Fox telling us a tree fell on top of her daughter-in-law's car. Take a look. She says the tree fell in her driveway, but fortunately her daughter-in-law was not in the car at the time. Some significant damage there. Glad her daughter-in-law's okay. Strong winds brought down this tree in Puyallup last night. It happened at the intersection of Meridian and 39th by the South Hill Mall. Our viewer Donita, who sent us this photo, said the tree landed on a car, but no one was hurt. She says people nearby helped move it off the road. All right, you're not having deja vu. This is what you heard last night, and it's also what Enumclaw viewer L. Nelson heard, sending us this video. You can see the wind chimes blowing around. I found it a little soothing last night. I didn't need any ocean sounds to fall asleep, but I know it did keep up some people.